Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games and a hunt for the best score of a decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Motorsport Manager. It's week 49 of the Gaming Decathlon competition, and in this long-running series, we are now at the F1 level, heading into race 4 of our first season at that top tier. We start off with a question here from Martin Brundle. Fans of Singapore are up in arms over the prospect of their beloved track being cut from the World Motorsport Championship schedule. What do you have to say to them? And this is true. This is absolutely true. I, for one, love the race in Singapore, and I hope it stays. I have no idea who this Sammy White is, but I'm not a negative, so I'm going to go with I'll make up my own mind. We are 1 day away from the Russian Grand Prix, which it looks like we're in for rain in practice, but a dry race. And we have just completed work on our new telemetry center here, where we work on the gearbox. We've now unlocked level 2 of 3 on that one. Alright, so we have one new building still available. That's the Road Car Factory, which would add just about 800,000 per race. But it's going to take 50 weeks to cover. In terms of upgrades are far more affordable to us. And I think what I'm going to do the remainder of this first season at the F1 level is I'm not going to go all out on an upgrade like that until the end of the season and we collect our money for the year. And if we get a pretty significant payout, then I'll go for one of those major upgrades. So in the meantime, I'm going to stick to some minor upgrades. So the design and factory are going to wait for another day, but we'll handle one of these 10 million and under upgrades, which the simulator telemetry are both at level 2 of 3 now. Forecasting is one place we could go. For one thing, it's actually the cheapest upgrade we could do. The quickest one is the brakes. It's only on level 1 of 3, so I'm looking at one of these 4 or the forecasting. That does get us a higher level engine upgrade, which would certainly be handy, but it's going to take a while and cost more, so I'll go ahead and rule that one out. So either a wind tunnel, suspension, or brakes. Well, I'm already starting work on brakes right now, so maybe I'm looking at either the handling or the wind tunnel or the forecasting. It certainly helps on the strategic side. These are going to get the car fit sooner, so why don't we go with one of these? Let's do the wind tunnel. Now, you can do multiple upgrades at once. That was something that when the game first came out you couldn't do, but they've since updated and made that an option. And I actually didn't realize that until relatively recently, but it is what it is. Alright, so we're going to meet for the first time this season. I'm guessing that we're talking about getting rid of Singapore. Yes. I would be very sad. Alright, so we've got our rear wings fully 100% reliable now. So where to go next? I don't need to work on brakes right now. Probably covering down the engine is always going to be important. Just the one, really. Go 2010. It's already at 80, so just get a couple more percentage points out of it if we can. Alright, we need to check our mail before we get into that. Let's see here. We have... There we go. Report on the upcoming race. So it's a 26 lap race. There's a chance of rain, though it says it's going to be sunny in the latest report. Ooh, nice. Good rear wings. That's going to help. That's good for me, as that's the area that I've made the best improvement on. It's quite abrasive, but we're one of the best cars on the grid. Now, in real life, Russia's not that hard on tires. Okay, so let's get back up there. At this point, I have no idea just how bad it's going to be. We're not going to burn through a lot in practice either, because of the heavy rain. I'd like in, let's see, 2 sets for qualifying, at least 1 for practice, and then we go from there. It sounds like at 26 laps, we're not going to have to, we might be able to do a one-stopper on this. So I might want to go with mediums. Now, a lot of this is going to come down to the race day itself. Maybe kind of one of all. And I have a feeling I'm going to be able to go on the mediums, at least for a run. And maybe practice. So we'll, if it's dry at all during practice, we'll go for a third medium. Try that. Okay, any changes to make? That one's not going on a car, so let's see. We've already got. Okay, now for the wings, and yes, we're all set. And apparently I have no sponsors to choose from. Nope. The new sponsorship deals I have are all flat rate. Alright, so we've arrived in Sochi. We are ready to go for the race weekend. Okay, and our heavy rain is actually going to be dry for the first half. But where are we going to get on tires? So 26 lap race. 2 sets of mediums would go the distance. However, except for you never quite get 13, do you? I could expect maybe 11 on the mediums, which means 11 and 15. A medium and a hard would be a one-stopper. But I'm only going to get maybe 7 out of the softs, which means I'm going to have to change compounds. And 7 and 15, that's only 22. We're going to come well short. So softs for qualifying, and it looks like a set of mediums and a set of hards for the race. So do I want to try to improve qualifying, get full bonus, qualify a bit higher up the grid? As in terms of tires, I'm not going to benefit from the bonus as long, and might opt for something else. Try to get the mediums afterward. I mean, if for some crazy reason I can stretch them to 13, I can go with 2 sets of mediums in the race. Okay, well, let's knock out the soft bonus first. Both cars are on the softs at the moment. Okay. All right, so we're going to go for that. Aggressive strategy for this one. Time to be bold. All right, we will definitely go with race trim. I want the race trim, that's for sure. And I want the qualified trim as well. So I might not change if they're both set. And they are both set. We'll leave that at 1 for now. Alright, we're going to be aggressive and get you back to the pits right away. We want to get that set up right. I'm definitely targeting some bonuses here. And we'll get them around real quick. Get them back to the garage, where they're just about back to now. Herta's going to be in first. Alright, we've got the handling down. And we want some higher downforce. Okay, and speed balance, I think based on DeVries's car, we're going to look to go this direction towards acceleration, even though obviously there's a bigger gap this way. And so we're going to try this. And how are we going to get this back? There we go. Okay, so DeVries, just 70% downforce. We need a lot more. Handling is only good. And there you go. This is why I thought, because his entire window is this other direction. So we're going to try to go here. We'll let the handling be and see what we get. Downforce, I think I might have gone a bit too far. Go. Alright, so we've got this bold strategy. We'll see how it pays off. We're going to be at least down to the final 10 minutes before we see... Yeah, let's just go push. These tires need to last for a little while here. Okay, get them both set coming back in. And now DeVries is ahead of Herta due to less time. Making adjustments. Alright, great, okay, and great. So we jumped to 89%. But the handling was good, so we went the wrong way on the handling. So handling needs to be somewhere around the left edge of the N, in between the A and the N. So somewhere right about here. What we're going to target, and these are both great. So I came pretty close to dialing those in. Let's see what happens when we bring this over. Yeah, let's go one less. Let's go to the middle of the N. We'll try that. We'll see what kind of difference that makes. And in terms of the downforce, there's no change. So let's see what happens if we add just a little more. But that knocks the speed balance right back to... We'll go the other way. At least that changes things up. And that actually pushes me closer to the edge of the N. So try that. Okay, up to 92% now. Great, excellent, good. So we did go the right direction. It looks like we need to keep going. So we need to get maybe right towards the edge. We'll see. Let's see, that was good. There we go. That gets that just inside the edge. That gets that about 1% over from where it was. But can we get a little more here? There we go. Okay. And we'll continue to work on that setup. Getting them back in. And DeVries already back into the pits. Great, great, good. Can't quite get him nailed down. We only gained 3% there. So we were already great. And we're still great. I don't think excellent is fit in between them. So downforce, I'll continue to push to the right a little. And we'll continue to push to the left. So right and left. And we've gone the wrong way here. There we go. And I said right and left on top. Let's see, right. Okay, there's left, but now I've gone right back to where we were, so I need a little bit more. And a little bit more. Might have gone too far there. But we are to the left of great, so we'll give that a shot. Then back out there. 15 minutes remaining. Comes Herta. And we are very close on his setup. 98% now. 98. Okay. And it's just downforce, so try 0.2 of a degree. And let's up this. At 98%, we're talking about marginal. So he's going to stay out for a long run now. So we'll go into overtake. Leave the tires as they are so they don't burn down too quick. And DeVries, meanwhile, overtake, push, and you're still coming in because we've got a long ways to go on your setup. So we'll watch DeVries here, who is now behind. There we go, now into the box. Alright, now we're getting close to excellence. Up to 95. But we've left great behind and gone into good. So, and that was great over there. So we need to bring this way back more, downforce. There we go, that's pretty close. And we need to get these right back where they were. So, there we go. Take off a little camber and those should stay at excellent. And that should just about do it now. That should be a good 5% or so for DeVries. And so we're going to do a long run. We're still only on level 1 there. Okay. Do the same thing here. So they're both on a long run now. And we're going to keep an eye on soft tires 3, just about done, so I might bring them both in this time. Yes, they're going to be done, so we're going to switch tires. How are we doing on that weather? Weather's coming, but we've got enough time to shift over to the mediums. Beautiful, triple excellence, 99%. We finally even get a time in. And we're going to stay on race trim, but we're going to switch to medium tires. This time, we're going to run hard. DeVries heading in. Triple excellence. We've done a very good job with the setup here. 99% for both drivers. And we'll stay 3 laps. We're going to switch to the mediums, get what bonus we can out of it. And we're going to go flat out. Race trim level 2. 9 minutes remaining. No rain yet. There's level 1 on the medium tires. Here's the rain starting to come. It's still going to progress. We're probably not going to get higher than level 2 on it. And fuel is now low for both drivers. We're going to have to bring them in. Hey, we're up to 1st and 3rd. I'm not sure we're going to get that level 2 now, are we? It's too wet. Still 5.5 minutes. I could go for intermediates. And we've now finished off... No, race trim. Race trim is so close. So we're going to do a one and done here for Herta. Because we've still got a ways to go on the qualifying trim. Okay, so we'll bring him back in to switch to the qualifying trim because he already, just by the first corner, finished off race trim 3. Alright, so we are going to keep you out for a long run. We're going to stay on qualifying trim, go intermediate. Okay, yeah, we'll attack. You're not coming back in. There it is. Okay, there it is. 3.5 minutes to go here. We're just going to switch you to qualifying trim 3. Stay on the intermediates. Okay, go flat out, get what we can. Oops. Qualifying trim level 3 complete. Both cars side by side here to out driving DeVries. Final minute of the session. DeVries, fuel. Let's get you to the end here, huh? Time's up. We got to intermediate level 2. On mediums, we go first and third. Of course, we were running flat out, and others were not. But apparently the mediums, when pushed to the limit, can produce a little bit of pace. Alright, so on to qualifying, and it's dry. So the softs are good to go. And the qualifying trim's good to go. So softs, qualifying. I love that sweet spot, but when I've got that full 30%, I'm going to take that full 30%. Alright, well, here's that aggressive strategy. We'll see how it pays off. We'll get DeVries out there first. And I'll have one set of soft tires left for race day. And we're definitely not going to use 2, so I'm perfectly content with that. Alright, now we're looking here. Into braking. More braking. Acceleration, braking. Acceleration, braking. Heavy braking here. And here's a long acceleration. This will get us up to where we need to be. Okay, we're overheated. We're overheated. Perfect, perfect. Beautiful. Alright, that should be a good lap for him. And he starts his flyer. He's got some clean air. Does he? Is he in front of that car? Yes, okay. He's got the clean air. Okay, and where are we? Going around the flags. Alright. Off we go. Braking zone. Double braking zone. Back on it for a little bit, and then into another braking zone. They do it here hard braking zone. Gotta be well off. Now into the straight. This is where we get those tires up. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We got the brakes up to perfect, but the tires were cold. Herta never quite got them up there. Meanwhile, DeVries 1.5 seconds off of Lando Norris's time. And he's still last. Are you kidding me? That should have been a good time. You were perfectly set up. Perfectly set up, DeVries. In every way. 99% on the race setup. 30% bonus. And then perfect on your warm-up lap. Right now, Herta's less than 4/10 off the pace, and DeVries is dead last. I know we didn't have track grip yet, but still. Seriously, dude. That was terrible. Herta goes 10th fastest. DeVries is still dead last. And dead last. Wow. DeVries, you let me down, dude. That was a terrible lap. Half a second behind Herta, and Herta did not have the good lap. And DeVries had clean air, too. So everything was perfect. And he goes dead last. Let's try that again. 5 minutes to go. There's a lot more grip now, so we definitely should put in a faster time. But I don't know if I can mimic that perfect because I wasn't even close on Herta. Alright, so here he goes. Very light braking through here. Here's the heavy braking. And we go, we accelerate, we accelerate. Okay, into the braking zone, double braking zone. Okay, tires, why are they not coming up yet? Come on. Alright, go, 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 accelerate. Get those tires up to temperature. Get those tires up to temperature. Good, good. See, I told you I wasn't going to be able to replicate it. Alright, that took a minute and a half. So we've got some time. Accelerate a bit. I need... 2 minutes is enough. 2 minutes is enough. How was your lap? You didn't even improve your time. DeVries, I want to fire you right now. Can I do that? Should I do that? No. No, we're not going to fire you, but disappointed, son. Disappointed. It's like one of the worst things a parent could ever say to their child. But it's so effective. But you don't even hear me, do you? You don't even hear me. Alright. Tires already up to temperature. That's good. Now it's going to be about managing them the rest of the way. Last time I didn't get them up. Here's that heavy braking zone. Now this is going to be all about balancing it out, balancing it out, balancing it out. Come on, perfect. Almost. We got good. Herta, this should be a much better lap for him, and he's starting with 30 seconds left. He's got lots of clean air, lots of track grip. What can you do? He's down to 13th right now. Lando Norris extends his pole time half a second above Mick Schumacher, who is not improving his time. Verstappen goes third. Terrible start to the lap for Herta. What has happened here? Absolute disaster to the start of the lap as he loses 0.8 of a second in the first sector, and he's... No comment. No comment. Both drivers worsen their times, so we go 13 and 20. I knew I wasn't expecting anything major, but I thought maybe he would crack the top 10 at least there. So Lando Norris on the pole. In real life, Lando Norris is the upcoming McLaren driver. He's going to replace Stoffel Van Dorn, who's still with McLaren here. That was bad. On to the race. Okay, now, so we're looking for a 26 lapper. We need to change the tires here. So I'm definitely looking for the one stopper. I should get about 11 and 15. That's 26. So we're going to be slower, but we're definitely going to gain some time in the pits. Now, hold on. Let's... thinking about alternate strategy here. I have 11 and 11 on mediums and 7 on softs. So 11, 11, 7. That's 29. So if I went like 10, 10, 6, right? That's... I could have a lot more pace. Could have a lot more pace if I use that alternate. Go for the 2-stop. And then I would spend most of the day on mediums. So I'm feeling I'm not going to gain that much from the one stopper. Okay, we'll start on push and overtake. Okay, back to the knowledge. Race trim's the obvious one. So, do I go for that 15 or the 5 on the mediums? I could be on the mediums for what, 20, 21 laps? That's probably where I want the bonus, right? So, the the strategy, the aggressive strategy is already not paid off. The aggressive strategy of going for the qualifying bonus. I'm 13th and 20th. So that failed miserably, gotta say. That's going to save me 2 seconds total. That's not enough. Alright. Let's see how the race is going, pace-wise. And how far we get on this first stint. I might split strategy. Have one of these guys go for the one stopper, and one of them go for the aggressive two stopper. So we're either looking at 2 sets of mediums and a soft, or a set of mediums and a hard to the end of the race. So Lando Norris starting on top. Mick Schumacher having some back problems. That's not helping him any. Alright, well, let's go racing. 5 lights are up in Sochi for the Russian Grand Prix, aka the Black Sea Grand Prix. Herda off to a good start, up to P12 off the starting line, and gets to the inside of the Renault cars. Gets around one. He's got a run on the other, but he's not going to be able to hold that, and actually it opens the door for Sainz. No, blocks him off. Ooh, but now 3 wide through there. Can Herda come out on top? He's got it for the moment. Can he make it stick? Now 3 wide again. So he overtakes the McLaren, but the Renault overtakes him to keep 11th. And he's got another chance at it. No. Tucks in behind the gearbox and actually gives up a little bit in doing so. And the McLaren gets to the inside of him, Marilainen. And it's just leaving him open to all sorts of trouble. Meanwhile, De Vries is in 19th right now. So De Vries, let's go ahead and already, you're not going anywhere, but we'll stay on push. Herda, gonna keep pushing for the moment. In terms of tires, there's only 4 cars on the hards. Sainz, Harrell, Ocon, Buchanan. Matsushita is way behind. Something's happened with him. He made a mistake, especially considering he's on the softs. Nordstrom's is making his way up, so the softs do have an advantage, but the whole field is close right now. Alright, Herda, we're going to drop to medium here. The tires still coming up to temperature, so I'm going to leave them on push for now. But we are P13, P19. I'm going to speed things up for a little bit here. Herda making a move to the outside of Van Dorn. Can't get around him though. And now gets around Harrell. Wait, I've dropped 2 spots. I'm down to 13th. Van Dorn into the pits already. So the softs not lasting long. 6 laps. And we have only just started lap 6, so that was actually only 5 laps for Van Dorn, who is now down to last place. And look how far back he is now. He was just in front of us, so he lost about 18 seconds. So 18 seconds is that pit delta. Now, we are not dropping back drastically to the guys on the softs. They're getting ahead, but it's only maybe 8 seconds. So the softs are not gaining that much. So that was 8 seconds versus 18 lost. So I'm thinking about the one-stop strategy. Thinking about going with the one-stop strategy. And at this point, I haven't even touched ERS as we built up quite a bit here. So we're going to drop to neutral as tires are now at temperature. And I think I'm going to go for the one-stopper. Because we are, the field's staying pretty close. And here's a good time to use the ERS on this straight. Both of them are going to go for it. Use that too long. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, more cars are in, and they're all coming on the mediums, which means they are all, everyone that has stopped is going to have to stop again. All 5 cars. Matsushita down to last place. But here's the thing. Now they're only that handful of seconds back. I'm down to 35% already with 8 laps. What did I say I needed to make it? Like 11? These aren't going to go 11 laps. So I still may end up with a 2-stopper anyway. Never mind. That's Mick Schumacher. Let him go. Mick Schumacher drives away from us real quick there. So P12, P14 at the moment. Lap number 9. Boy, this tire temperatures are dropping real fast. Gotta go right back into push here. Which does make them wear faster, but to get the performance, you've got to be in the temperature window. Okay, we've got Lando Norris fixing parts. And he's just now stopping on softs. He made it 10 laps on softs. Dang, that Mercedes is good on tire wear. Alright, so I've got to stop. I've got to. This is, we're about to start losing performance big time. Okay, pause. Let's go ahead and up the engine mode for a little bit to, actually, no, hold on. Well, go ahead and push. There's nothing. You're going to go into low mode, save some extra fuel, because there's only right about a 2-second gap. It's only going to be a 2-second stop, but give us a little more cushion. So, go neutral. And they're both going to have to pit because we're down to 19%. I was hoping to make it 11. This is only 10. But I think the one-stopper is the way to go. But that was between mediums and softs. The difference. The hards, I don't know how much slower those are going to be. Well, we're talking half a star. But, okay. Softs and mediums is supposed to be a full star. Medium to hard is only a half star, meaning there shouldn't be that big of a drop. I'm getting 116.3, and that's on full fuel load. Okay, Herda, we're gonna go for the one stopper. And I'm gonna split strategy. I am gonna split strategy. DeVries, we're going to go on to another set of mediums. And then we're going to go softs at the end. Alright, let's speed it up until we get towards the pit. And then we'll see how we're doing. So we come in 10th and 13th. Herda coming in. Good stop so far. DeVries checks in just behind, so we're good there. No mistakes. And we come out in 18th and 19th. Margasov is in the pits right now. So we're near the back, but there's still half the field that has not pit yet. So it's bad, but it's not that bad. But Margasov, after a single stop, is way behind the Mercedes. He's 26 seconds down. He must have been fixing parts. Norris did as well, so that is the explanation as to why these guys are so far back. But those on the mediums, most of them stopping this lap? No. They're going one more, so they're making it 12 laps on the medium tires when I barely eked out 10. And I think some of that had to do with the tire heating. Uh-oh! Herda has crashed! Herda, just right in front of our eyes, turns off to the left and crashes straight into the wall. So much for the one-stop strategy. Now we are down to just Nick DeVries, and this is going to be bad. Nordstrom has crashed as well. This is okay. Well, we're gonna speed things up because I've got zero chance of scoring any points today now. Margasov is way behind at least, but I'm not going anywhere with one Nick DeVries. We do have cars pitting here finally, but they are coming out in front of us still. So Nick DeVries to the essential back of the grid outside of Margasov, who had a problem. And is well behind. He'll close up on us, but I don't think he'll ever catch back up, hopefully. But he is on the hard tires, so he's probably doing the one-stopper, and because I'm going to end up pitting again, he actually very well could catch us. And I'm very much just behind, just out of sight to everyone. I mean, there. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, somebody's in Dubuchanan, and we are out ahead of Dubuchanan. Dubuchanan has put on mediums, but he could probably go the distance on those. And we're only 3 seconds ahead, so probably not going to work out too well for us. Here goes just about everyone with their first pit stop, other than Harrell, who's still out there, started the race on the hards. A bunch of cars into the pits. We're going to attack here to try to get in ahead of them, and that actually does pay off for us, as we are up to P11 at the moment. And Harrell actually has a problem, so Harrell may end up having to pit again. Most everybody behind me is probably going to go the distance, so that's bad news for me, as kind of on my own in that regards. And on track, I drop to P12 as both Perez and Harrell get around me. Okay, 6 laps to go. We're going to go one more lap on these tires, and then switch to the softs. Car is going to hold up, it looks like, though we are down to 34% on that gearbox. Okay, Ocon makes his way around. Here comes Dubuchanan as well, so we're not even holding anybody off on these medium tires as we get down to it. Okay, go ahead and attack. Whatever you got left in them. Okay, so DeVries into the pits. Final stop of the day. It's a good one. But He's very much towards the back. Down to 18th, last place on the track. Margasov is just ahead. Matsushita not too far ahead of him. He's got the fresh tires, so if anybody's going to have some pace, it's going to be De Vries, as he's the only car on track on the soft tires. Not the only one on a two-stopper, but the only one at this stage in that process. So can I gain any sort of time and make up a position or two? We'll find out. We're just inside of 3 seconds behind Margasov, and we're not even that far in front of Verstappen, who's on a one-stopper himself on the hards trying to go the distance. You got the 2 Ferraris behind that, and then the Merc. I'm not going to get lapped. There's only 3 laps to go. But can I do anything about catching Margasov? I've picked up about 0.2 of a second is all. That is a Mercedes that I am chasing, and the only reason why he's back here was he had to fix a part. Ferrari is changing, so Leclerc is into the pits. But he's already out and running again in the middle of the field. So I've used up most of my ERS trying to chase down Margasov. I'm down to 1.7 seconds behind, so I am gaining on him lap by lap. Now I can push. There's only 2 laps left. I can actually, well, we'll push as the temperature increases. Okay, Renault, we've got multiple cars pitting. They're not making it. So they intended to go, but they're not going the distance, and it's all bunching up ahead of me now, but ERS is all used up. I'm still in 18th. It's pointless. I'm not gaining anything, but there's Margasov. Margasov is getting down to it. It's the final lap of the race. Actually, just now, the final lap. I still have a lap and a half to go. Margasov already starting to defend. Alright, now we are going to push the rest of the way here. So we've closed him down. 5/10 of a second behind now. Back to 6/10 of a second. 5/10, 4/10. We're closing him down. Can I gain 1 position? The fight for not last. The fight for not last is on. And we are last. Sigh. That sucked. Otherwise, that sucked. Yeah, De Vries. Dude, you sucked. The car's not good. Okay, I get it. It's on the car. But De Vries, kind of wish it was you who crashed and not Herta, because I know Herta would have been further up. But that was what that was, and I'm over on time. So we get no points this weekend as Herta crashes out, and De Vries just could not manage the pace, even when I managed him well, even when he was the only one getting the attention. Herta, Nordstrom both crash out, finish in P18 and P19, only finishing ahead of the crashed Nordstrom. We couldn't even catch Margasov there at the end, who was on totally worn out tires, but he was in a Mercedes, so I'll give him that. But plenty of other cars had 2 stoppers besides De Vries, and he couldn't keep pace with any of them. Mick Schumacher, despite a 2-stopper, still finished 2nd in the race. Alright, well that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe, and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.